Welcome back to The Division 2. I've been playing a lot, like hours and hours every single day since Title Update 10 and Season 2 and everything. And we're trying to perfect builds now so that we're ready for the raid and so that we don't have to do loads of grinding and farming once the raid comes out. Because with Raid 1, our builds were nowhere near ready, so we had to do a lot of grinding to get them ready so that we could take it on. I finally found the pieces that I needed to get my DPS build to the level I wanted it, and that's pretty much perfect now. I mean, like, the rolls could be a tiny bit higher so that they're god rolled, but that doesn't matter. The main focus of this is the fact that the loot makes absolutely no sense in this game, and it's getting more and more annoying the more we play, because we're out like farming for hours and hours every day to try and get our builds to where we want them, and we just can't do it because of stupid things the developers have implemented into the game. There's a lot of it, and when I say it makes absolutely no sense, it's to the point, like, it makes the same amount of sense as being sent to the shop by your missus for some semi-skimmed milk and you come back with a car. It's that fucking stupid. So I'm going to start off with the very first one. The Hana Yu brand. 1 piece is for skill haste, 2 pieces are for skill damage, and 3 pieces gives you weapon damage. There's 2 yellows and 1 red in the pieces that you're going to, the bonuses you're going to get for using a set amount of pieces. It's annoying because you're either, on this game, like, yeah, hybrid builds are a thing, but you don't want to make a hybrid build. You're never going to get anywhere if you're running blues, yellows and reds. Like, you're either going to set out for a DPS build, a skill build, or a survivability, like, tank build. And trust me, I've tried a rainbow build, they completely suck, and I've tried hybrids in the past, and they're terrible. At least for me personally. So, Hana Yu does not make sense. Another thing is the Hana Yu chest, mask, and the backpack, they roll with a red mod slot, even though it's a skill-based brand. 1 piece and 2 piece are for skills, yet it's rolling, and like 9 times out of 10 you will get yellow attributes for it. It comes with a red mod slot on the chest, mask, and bag. So 3 pieces out of the 6, they're confused. They literally have no idea what they want to be. And then we go on to the Seska backpack. You get crit chance on the Seska for the 1 piece, and then you get hazard protection for 2, and you get health for the 3 piece. So the first part of it's red, the 2 and the 3 piece are for blue builds, yet the backpack always rolls with a blue mod slot. There's no chance for it to be any other colour. It's forced to be blue. So they should either take out the crit chance and replace it with something blue, or they should give you the ability to drop either a blue or a red mod slot on that, because I was grinding I've probably spent about 100 hours literally just specifically looking for a Seska backpack, and I've had to switch my build around a little bit to make it work because that's not possible. You can only get a blue mod slot. The Golem gear, that's another one, and like 99% of this stuff, it's only the Warlord stuff. Ever since, like, when Warlords dropped, there were new brand sets, new exotics, new gear sets and stuff, and when that come out is when, like, majority of this stuff, there are a couple of things in here that is before Warlords, but most of it is Warlords based stuff. So this expansion is what's probably causing a lot of the confusion in the game. So Golem gear, it makes no sense at all. 1 piece is for 10% status effects, 2 piece is for 1% armor regen, and 3 piece is 5% total armor. The core attribute is 9 times out of 10 gonna be blue, but the mod slot is yellow. So you have yellow for 1 piece, yellow for mod slot, and then you have blue for attributes and blue for 2 and 3 piece. Like, these brand sets, like, even if you do want to build hybrids, there are a lot of people that don't, and there's more people that don't to the people that do, like, hybrid builds. So a lot of this stuff is just always going to be disregarded. Like, I'm going to be using 1 piece of Golem gear for status effects when I've unlocked the Vial Mask, but I'm never going to fucking use the 2 or the 3 piece because it just mixes up my build. I don't want to go for blues when I've got a yellow build. Another one, Alp Summit, 1 piece is 20% repair skills, but the talent on the named backpack is perfect tech support for skill damage. So you can't spec into just one. It's mixed between damage and repair. And you're not going to make a skill build and have skill haste on it all 6 pieces, 3 of them with skill repair, 3 of them with skill damage. You're either going to have an offensive or a defensive skill build. Or that's how you should be building so that you can take on the harder content in the game. When I run Legendary, I don't run it with skill repair and skill damage. I mean, there is like one piece off Alp Summit because I've got perfect tech support, but if I had the choice, I would just have all skill damage. And then there is a named Gila mask called Night Watcher. One piece for Gila is 5% total armor, 2 pieces 10% health, 3 pieces 1% armor regen. So there's nothing wrong with the brand set bonuses in that perspective, and the attributes are rolled around blues. But the unique attribute is 100% scanner pulse haste. If you run Technician with a skill build, then you're never going to use the scanner pulse haste in the first place because you've got the laser pointer with Technician, it pulses enemies. But if you're running the Night Watcher named Gila mask, you're not going to want any pulse haste because you're probably not going to be using that. That is for a survivability build. And then it also happens with the Hollow Man Yol mask. Yol is a brand set, however you pronounce it, that's locked behind the DZ. It's DZ exclusive. 1 piece is hazard protection 10%, 2 pieces 5% weapon damage, 3 pieces 40% pulse resistance. It rolls for blues, so a lot of the time your attributes will be blues, and it's got a unique 10% health damage, but it's got a red mod slot. So how does that make any sense? You're running that for blue, yet you've got weapon damage for the 2 piece. Like, there's so much stuff, and all the rainbow gear that's come into the game, and I've heard, apparently, Title Update 11 is going to fix the rainbow drops. They've not even spoken about Title Update 10.1 yet. We're still waiting to hear news about what's happening in 10.1. And 10.1 is at least, I'm going to say, minimum 3 to 4 weeks away. So if they're focusing on the rainbow drops to fix in TU11, we could be waiting at least 6, 8, maybe 10 or 12 weeks. It could be a long time until we see it. And like with the seasons, Season 2 dropped a week after Title Update 10. So if that is the case, we're going to be waiting just under 3 months from now to see a change in the rainbow drops. Because a lot of people have said, oh, what if it's for Pride Month? Because obviously June is to celebrate Pride. If that was the case, they really should have told us. And if they did implement a load of rainbow drops to celebrate Pride Month, tell us, put an apparel event alongside it so that we can get some cool like rainbow sort of loot, like gear dyes and stuff like that, and it would have made it a lot better. And I wouldn't be sitting here complaining about stuff not making sense and rainbow drops and all that sort of shit, because I would have known. And that, on that part of absolutely no clarification as to why the rainbow drops are in the game, and it's a big complaint, that's on the community managers. That's them, because they need to find out this stuff. Like when you see a lot of your community kicking off about the same thing, you need to be questioning the developers, the people that actually work on the gear and everything, as to why that's happening, so that you can get answers for your community. So the community managers are not doing their job. They are paid to do that, and they are not doing it. If there is something, like when it's RNG based, when you're playing a looser shooter and something is incredibly wrong, and I wouldn't normally say that something's wrong with the loot, and not even including all of this random stuff like blues and yellows and reds all mixed together on the different like brand sets and everything. But when something is seriously wrong to the point where 90% at least of your drops are rainbow, when they haven't been in the past, then there is something wrong. People are saying, like on my first ever video talking about rainbow loot, the thumbnail says massive loot, and I did massive, like the word massive in different colours. On my first one, people said, oh no, that's probably just your luck. You'll see in my videos when I'm picking up loot, and I've done rainbow specific videos, as to where I get loads. And I'll tell you one other thing. I did a legendary run, you'll see it soon because it was the best run we've ever done for it. Not going to ruin anything about it, but you'll see a legendary run fairly soon. And I can tell you now, because this isn't a spoiler to the video, but there are so many rainbow drops from a legendary mission. It is unbelievable. But not only that, I'm playing the control points, I'm running them on heroic difficulty, all 5 directives, and I'm getting rainbow drops with less than 50%, like minimum rolls, less than 50% on all 3 of the rolls. And another thing is, they say that they've increased the minimum rolls, and I'm playing the same difficulty, yet some of them, like some of the rainbow drops I'm getting, will have exactly the same percentages, because you'll see the bars, they line up perfectly with all of the loot, but then the next drop I get will have all of the attributes lining up them bars to the, like their pinpoint lined up the same, yet it's got lower percentages. Like one of them will be 3/4 of the bar full, but literally the red, blue and yellow, exactly the same bars. and then the next drop I get will be like 40% or like 60% or something, a different percentage on the bar, but they will all be lined up perfectly. I don't know how it's come into the game. I really strongly do not believe that it's to celebrate Pride Month, because I'm pretty sure someone should have told us if that is the case. I was thinking it, but if they did do that, they should have stated you're going to get more rainbow drops for celebrating Pride Month. That would have been fine, no problems with that at all. I'm happy to take part in that. I would have put together some builds and actually focused on making a strong rainbow build. But that's not the case. They haven't said a word about it. I'm now hearing the title update 11 is going to fix it. We haven't even heard about 10.1. And yeah, a lot of this loot needs reworking, because to have a one piece, like at this stage, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some brand set I haven't paid attention to that's got one piece for red, two piece for blue, three piece for yellow, or something like that. Like, hybrid builds are okay, but I wouldn't personally use one. I know a lot of people wouldn't bother using one, because if you min-max into another, like into one category, you're going to perform a lot better. Your build's going to be so much stronger. But some people like to mess around, make hybrid builds, that's fine. But if that's the case, they need to sort of like balance it so that there is a chance to have that hybrid build, but not hybrid, if that makes any sense. So, as I said with the Seska backpack, because there is a one-piece attribute that is for a red build, they need to make that backpack roll with a red mod slot as well as a blue. Like, not at the same time. Have the chance to drop with either a blue or a red mod slot. Because I now can't use that Seska backpack. I've had to switch it for Providence, and I've now got a Seska holster. But on that note, I'm going to leave the video there. I want to know your guys' thoughts and stuff in the comments. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.